I'm your drinking buddy. Who's your drinking buddy? Am I your drinking buddy? Nah, he's your drinking buddy. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. As you can see on the bar top, we have a little bit of a blind. Now, this blind right here was sent to us from your drinking buddy. Me and him are collaborating for this video because I myself have sent him a blind that he is uploading and trying to figure out what I sent him in the video. If you don't know what this video series is all about, myself, other bourbon drinker, whiskey tubers, we collaborate a little bit. We send samples back and forth with each other, and we try and decipher what bourbons or ryes or whiskeys we have in front of us. I hope he enjoyed the samples that I sent his way, and well, he's gonna hope that I enjoy these samples he sent my way. We've got 4 of them, and we're gonna dive deep into these glasses. But before we do, make sure you drop that like, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment down below on how bad you think I did on this, or how good you think you could have done on this, because you will know what I drink, but I, as always, have absolutely no freaking clue. So we have A, B, C, and D. I labeled the bottoms of the glasses because we're gonna go through them. I'm gonna put them in the order on which I like them the most, and we've got our cheat sheet over here so that I can write down the type, the proof guess, finish, and the distillery. I've got a max of 16 points, and everything is sealed inside of this envelope to let me know just how bad I do on this blind. So without further ado, we're gonna dive into glass A here and guess that it's bourbon when it's probably a rye. It's a bourbon. I'm gonna, right off the rip, I'm gonna say that it's a bourbon. It's a bourbon. It's bourbon. All right. So definitely a bourbon. I like that. Off of the nose, I'm gonna guess that it's in that 100 proof range. But I'm gonna dive into that. Definitely higher than 100 proof. Whoa. That's like 126 proof. I'm just gonna go off. I'm going off of my initial instinct on this. I'm not gonna think too deep into this because as soon as you start to think too deep, your brain starts to unravel and think that you're overthinking, and then you're overthinking. And then you're just underthinking everything, but when you just go off of your initial instinct, everything seems to just fall in place. So I'm going off of my initial instinct saying that it's 126 proof bourbon. That is absolutely decadent. It's not finished. It's giving me Buffalo Trace vibes. It really is giving me Buffalo Trace vibes. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say it's Buffalo Trace. That's what I'm going to say. Now, it's out of the Buffalo Trace distillery. I don't know what bottle it is. I'm going off of my distillery, and I'm saying it's Buffalo Trace. That is absolutely decadent. It is sweet. It has this rich honey that rolls over your tongue. Like, it's a very dark honey. But it's also super like caramelized sugars that are just absolutely magnificent. This might be one of my favorite pours I've had sent to me as a sample, because it is, not knowing what it is absolutely delicious, and I want to know what it is, but we have to wait till we get to the absolute end. Let's get into sample B. Let's see what this one is all about. Is it anything compared to A? I have no idea. He's got an idea. You've got an idea. But I'm getting in the nose. It's woodier. It's got a little bit of a darker aspect to it. But it also has a Knob Creek kind of a vibe to it as well. I'm going to say it's a bourbon again. All right, so we've got our type. We've got the type bourbon written down on paper. Can't erase it because it's in pen. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's finished in something. That is 100% finished in something. What is it finished in? Do I have to guess that? Finished? Yes or no? All right, I'm just going to say yes, that it's finished. Proof? I'm going to say 110. It could also be one of those wacky bourbons that they get out there in Arizona, because as you all know from the last video we did with Tipsy Whiskey, he sent me some wacky bourbons that I had absolutely no idea what they were, and they weren't finished, but they had this weirdness to them, right? But I don't think your drinking buddy is gonna do that to me. I feel like Steven was out to get me. He wanted to hang me from the noose in Arizona, and I don't think your drinking buddy wants to do that to me. I think he wants to give me somewhat of a chance, as I did that for him. So yes, I'm gonna say that this is finished, 110 proof distillery. I always just go out on a wild like ride when I say that it's finished, and my brain always just says that it's High West, or it's one of those other brands that you never know what they can do, because Buffalo Trace doesn't really finish much, right? 1792 doesn't finish much. Knob Creek doesn't finish much. The Heaven Hill brand, they don't finish much. Jim Beam doesn't finish much. It's one of those other like brands, the craft distilleries that do all of these crazy, wacky finishes. And this has like this really like smoky, tobacco-y finish, and it just lingers, and it just got this smokiness that comes right through. It's not like a scotch in a way, but it's got this like campfire-ness that comes through. When I think campfire, I just go with High West, and I'm just gonna guess High West as always. So we've got A, we've got B, we gotta get into C. Now C was the only sample that he sent to me that had a little bit of a leak, and I'm gonna guess it's because it was just those hot temperatures from Arizona coming all the way out here to New Jersey, sat in a plane, sat in a truck, sat inside who knows what. That popped right off, and we were able to salvage a little bit out of that sample bottle, just enough to have a whoa experience out of that glass. Because this has a single maltiness to it, and I thought we were just doing bourbons and ryes, but he could probably be trying to do some wacky shit to me right now. But if this isn't a bourbon, it's a rye, and I think we just established bourbons and ryes, so I'm gonna say it's a rye. Could be completely different. Could be an Irish single malt, and I could be in a wild rye here. But I'm gonna say it's a rye. And these weird ryes, or weird bourbons as well, sometimes it's Chattanooga. The nose just is throwing me off a little bit. But as always, we gotta get into the glass. We gotta taste it. We gotta know what this thing is all about. And as always, you know what it is. I don't. Cheers to you all. I want to say it's finished, but I don't know. I'm gonna say it's finished in like a port barrel. So yes, and I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say what I think it's finished in a port barrel. Proof is lower. I'm gonna say the proof is around 100. So it could be even lower than that though, the proof. No, I'm gonna stick with that 100 proof. And those weird ones, I'm going to stick with my initial instinct, my initial gut, and I'm gonna guess Chattanooga. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 3 down. We've got 1 to go. If you're still here, if you're still enjoying this video, smash that like button down there. Hit the subscribe button right next to it. Leave a comment letting me know how well you think I'm doing, because I've got no idea. I've got no clue. But we got to get into the last one right here. Back to bourbon. Let's got to be a bourbon. It's got to be a bourbon. It's got that beautiful nose. It's sweet. It's really, really nice. It's got this like confectionery sugar, like a little bit of a creme brulee. I get a touch of berries off of there, like strawberries and raspberries. A little bit of a leather note in there too. I like this nose, but without further ado, cheers to you all. That's good. That is good. It's not the best out of A and B, and D most likely being a bourbon from my initial instinct. I do like it better than C, whatever was C, but D, I don't. A was my favorite out of them all. I gotta guess a proof, and my proof guess is 109. Going right to 109. No. I'm not overthinking this, but I have to think a little bit deeper. I'm getting a little bit more of a burn on my tongue. I'm going to say 115. 115 on that proof. Bump it up a little bit. Is this finished? If it is finished, it's not finished in something for a very long time. You know what this reminds me of a little bit? It just has this like Blue Note vibe going on for it. I'm going to guess Blue Note. I'm going Blue Note. And I think that it is number 3 in my list. A was my favorite, B is second, D is third, and C is fourth. So we're gonna dive into this. I've got all of my guesses. You know what everything is, as always. And I'm about to find out right freaking now what we've got cooking in these glasses. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have our answer sheet. In glass A, we have Found North 006, the second Summit PX Sherry finished Canadian whiskey at 129.8 proof. So, this is a Canadian whiskey, not a bourbon. So I didn't get that. 129.8 proof. I guessed 126. I got a point for that. Is this finished? Yes. Not a point. This is finished in a PX Sherry. That might be one of the best sherry finished whiskeys I have ever had in my entire life. Unbelievable. So we're moving on to sample B here. Sample B is again Found North. This is the 007 Canadian whiskey, 131.8 proof. So I didn't get the bourbon. I didn't get the proof. This is finished in Hungarian oak. So yes, got a point there. Right? Is it 1 point or do I get 2 points? No, I got 1 point with total of 16 total. Okay. So it is finished. And it's not High West, so we did not get that. We did not get that. All right, sample C here. This is where we get a little different here. We are going into Whiskey Delbach Normatic American Single Malt. So I should have just stuck with what I thought this was going to be, and it being a single malt, but it was not a rye, so I did not get that. What is the proof on this? This is 97 proof, so I got a point for that. Is it finished? It is finished, but not in port, so I'm still giving myself a point for finished. Yes. Distillery, Whiskey Delbach, so I did not get the distillery. Next up, we've got sample letter D. This is a Maker's Mark Private Select, so yes, this is a bourbon. This is 109 proof. Wow. I said 109 proof on my first guess. I gotta guess a proof. And my proof guess is 109. I guessed the proof to the T. And I second guessed myself. Never second guess yourself. Never. You know what? I'm giving myself the point for that because of my spot on guess. You can tell me I'm wrong. You can cancel me. You can do whatever you want. I'm giving myself the point for that because I guessed it right on the dot, and then I second guessed myself. Never second guess yourself. Never. Never, 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 never. Next up, is it finished? This is a Nana's Kitchen pick. Finished with staves. So, can you say that Maker's Mark Private Select is finished with staves? Is it finished? I guess I can't. If I can't give myself the point for that one, and it's also not Blue Note. So my total points here, out of a possible high score of 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got a total of 6 points, everybody. That's how bad I am at guessing whiskeys. Now, a couple of these things, I was under the notion that it was going to be bourbons and ryes. He threw in those Canadian whiskeys. So, nonetheless, absolutely delicious. Delicious, delicious, delicious whiskeys here. And I can't wait. I have a package coming in from Found North for myself. And we are going to be doing a deep dive into their whiskeys that they offer. They have a beautiful story. They're absolutely amazing, amazing people over there. I can't wait to be able to introduce their whiskeys on the channel for you all to take a look at. But nonetheless, your drinking buddy, you threw out some great, great bourbons my way and whiskeys, and not just bourbons. This is all whiskey, right? I mean, can't thank you enough for sending all these my way. Hope you enjoyed the samples I sent your way. But, ladies and gentlemen, until the next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.